Can you make oxtails? Sure. A pound of pinto beans and water. I let them soak for 8 hours. Gather my seasonings, 3 tablespoons of garlic powder, a half a tablespoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, half a tablespoon of ground thyme, 1 tablespoon of Cajun seasoning, half a tablespoon of jerk seasoning, and a half a tablespoon of adobo all-purpose seasoning. Put my oxtails in a bowl and I add them, the seasonings. Rub the seasonings into the oxtails. I have the seasonings rubbed in. I add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, a teaspoon of browning, tablespoons of brown sugar, and a tablespoon of olive oil. I rub it in. Cover them, put them in the refrigerator, and let them marinate for about 4 hours. Rinse, chop, and dice my vegetables. Remove the oxtails from the refrigerator and uncover them. Heat a pot. I spread brown sugar on the bottom of it. Move the oxtails and brown them on all sides. Sure not to burn them. Put the brown oxtails in a bowl and I set them to the side. To the pot, I add beef broth, the same seasonings that I season the oxtails with. I add some of those seasonings to my pot. Add the cut up chopped vegetables, including the habanero peppers. Add the oxtails. Add 3 bay leaves and I bring it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, I set the heat down to medium. I cover, set the timer to 3 hours. Rinse, dice, and chop 2 celery stalks, an onion, and a green pepper. Put 1½ cups of washed rice in a pot along with 3 tablespoons of butter and 3 cups of chicken broth. I bring it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, cover, turn it down to simmer, and set the timer for 23 minutes. Preheat the oven to 350. Shred some smoked Gouda cheese, some cheddar cheese, some mozzarella cheese, and some Colby Jack cheese. Melt a half a stick of butter in a pot. Cut up 12 ounces of Velveeta cheese, and I add that to my shredded cheeses. Once the butter melts, I add the cheeses, and I add a cup of half and half. Salt and pepper, and my half and half is whole milk and heavy whipping cream, half and half. Add another half a cup of half and half. I let it cook on low until the cheese melts. Be sure to stir often to prevent burning and sticking. Bring 2 quarts of chicken broth to a boil. Pour in 2 cups of macaroni pasta into the chicken broth. Let it boil until it becomes tender, 10 to 11 minutes. Be sure to stir occasionally. I thawed out the ham bone that I cooked the other day and some of the ham, and I put it in a pot. A quart of beef broth and a quart of water, and I bring it to a boil. Strain the pasta, put it in a bowl, add the cheese. Stir and mix it together. Oil a baking dish and I add it. Place it in the preheated oven. The timer for 30 minutes. Strain and rinse the pinto beans. Add the pinto beans to the pot with the ham pieces and the ham bone and bring it to a boil. Add a little salt and a little pepper. Cover, turn the heat down to medium, and let it cook for about 1.5 hours or until the beans become tender. Stir occasionally. Put 2 tablespoons of sugar in the pinto beans for gas. 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a pan. I add 1 pound of ground pork and 1 pound of ground beef. Brown them. Add the diced vegetables. A cup of green peppers, a cup of onions, half a cup of celery. Once the meat browns in the oil from the pan, leave about a tablespoonful in. Add 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Let that cook for about 30 seconds. Add your seasonings, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of oregano, 2 teaspoons of dried thyme, 1½ teaspoons of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, and 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. After the seasonings are mixed in well, add a 1/4 cup of flour. Be sure to coat the meat with the flour. Add 2 cups of chicken broth and 3 bay leaves. Stir, bring it to a low boil, cover, and let it simmer for about 8 minutes. Remove the bay leaves, fold in the rice. Put a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil in a pan. I add 2 tablespoons of butter. Put it in the oven until the butter melts. Put a cup of cornmeal in a bowl. I add 1/2 cup of flour, 1 egg, and 3 tablespoons of sugar. Once the butter is melted, I add the oil. Pour the batter into the pan. Place it in a preheated oven. Preheat it to 400 degrees. Set the timer to 20 minutes.
The dirty rice tastes good.
Thank you, Elsie.
You're welcome. The pinto bean cornbread tastes good.
Thank you, Elsie.
You're welcome. The oxtails taste good.
Thank you, Elsie.
You're welcome. The macaroni and cheese tastes good.
Thank you, Elsie.
You're welcome. The corn tastes good.
Thank you, Elsie.
You're welcome.